county fire department was going to reassume that responsibility for that particular station at their request. It wasn't as if we weren't going to serve that community with any service at all. It was just that, again, they were going to reacquire their station so that the citizens of the county are potentially paying a higher insurance rate because they're, well, Mr. Chairman, that's when they came to me, that's what they said to me. I can only relay to you the information that they gave to me when they wanted us to consider giving Station 29 back over to them. I'm being honest with you and as candid as I can with you. That's what happened. And I met with the staff and I said, is this something we can do? And we said yes.
Okay.
Councilor Melly, continue.
Thank you. You know, I didn't mean to put you on the defense. I'm just saying that this is an area, or this is a decision that of which we should have been notified about, the commissioner and myself. You know, and basically, I think what you're saying is, well, that's too bad. I already did it, and that's
I'm not saying that,
okay,
Councilor.
right.
I'm not saying that too bad. I'm saying that when they came to us, I didn't feel it's a matter of. I believe, obviously, if I felt like we were just saying we're going to vacate this station and there isn't going to be any service provided whatsoever, then surely we would have come to, we probably would have said no. But, you know, the fire department came to us. We sat down and started negotiating the MOU, and we made the decision to vacate an MOU that was 10 years old. That's all.
Okay. Well, I just find it interesting that when we're looking at, we look to the council if you need more money. We look to the council whenever we're having a problem. That's when you want our input in our decision. After, you know, so now we've got a budget basically that says, you know, we're going to realize some savings of $600,000 by doing this, which I'm still not clear on because I'll be honest with you, that's an interesting approach. But you know, what's frustrating to me is we have essentially a new commissioner who just got here. She didn't really know this was going on, and you know, I don't understand that. I didn't understand the details of it. It was like, we made an administrative decision, and you're out of it, right? But it's before us in the budget, and look at all the savings we're getting. You know, so in that sense, we have been pulled into this discussion, right? But you've already made a decision to change that, but you've pulled us in because of the budget. So. I don't know. It's like either it's our business or it's not our business, I guess.
Mr. Chairman and Councilor O'Malley, this is a temporary savings because we will redeploy every one of those services that are currently being realized at Station 29. And if there was no, I did not mean to slight you by not contacting you. We felt that this was a decision from a 10-year-old MOU that we just were not going to renew. And we were just going to redeploy the services, and the county was going to come in and take over a station that was theirs. And we didn't mean it as a slight to you, and most importantly, we're not giving up. We are not giving up those FTE. We are not giving up those resources or that equipment. We will redeploy it and utilize it to the benefit of the service that we have here in the city.
And my concern is I have to be assured that we are going to have the continued service. And we have not had that discussion. You've made some assumptions, and again, you know, it's like, it's really none of your business. It's an administrative decision, but really it is your business because now we're talking about realizing savings and moving stuff around. So I'm a little confused about that. But yeah, I have a concern because this affects my district. I didn't know that maybe you're looking at, well, we're not going to change any service. It's not going to impact the service, right? But, you know, I've got a situation where I have literally people in the county, people out of the county, right next to each other, right on Lee Acres, in and out, in and out. There's a lot of confusion there as to who's going to get service from either the sheriff or the police. That's the kind of the edge I have. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people have unincorporated parts in their district. I have a lot of isolated, unincorporated parts in my district, and there's concerns about service. So. Okay. That's my issue, and I hope you understand.
Thank you, Councilor Melly, Councilor Lewis, Councilor Cook, then Councilor Benton, and then Councilor Garduño.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It was my understanding, and I certainly understand some of the frustration there, but my understanding that the county, that it is true that the county was eager to take over the station, that I've talked to other commissioners, that I was surprised to find out that they were also in support of that. And I think even more so to them, they're taking on a pretty large expense and a large responsibility. So, but my understanding, and certainly a concern at the beginning, but my understanding is that, and has been, that the director, the county director of public safety, initiated this, was very eager to take over Station 29. Other commissioners that have been very aware of the expense that the county would be adding to this, and so you know, I think there's would also be a concern there that for some reason that maybe the county administration is not communicating in some ways to their representatives also. But I know that's not in defense in any way of your frustrations, Councilor O'Malley. I just wanted to point that out.
Councilor Cook, then Councilor Benton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, Mr. White, you're saying that the services to both the county residents and the city residents is going to still remain the same?
Yes.
And this was a facility that was already owned by, it's a county facility, and we've been paying money to help to subsidize some of the manpower there?
Mr. Chairman and Councilor Cook, I believe in the sum of about $40 million over the last 10 years.
Well, it sounds like a good business decision. I think Councilor O'Malley would just like to heads up, and I don't blame her for that, but it does sound like a good decision, so that's my point. Chief? Oh, sorry.
Mr. Chairman, Councilor Cook, maybe I can shed some light on this. We're also in negotiations with the county for a comprehensive mutual aid agreement, which will be much better than the current agreement, whereas we'll start sharing the dispatch information will be transferred quicker. We'll have procedures for responding together. There will also be automatic aid component in this, meaning that if a particular fire station facility is closer to the incident, then that unit will take the call based on its location. It's our understanding that the county will staff this the way they staff every other station, so it won't be exactly like the city. But the mutual aid agreement and the automatic aid agreement will be fairly comprehensive and provide for the services that you're concerned about.
Councilor Benton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Chief Breen just partially addressed the issue that I was going to bring up, which we've discussed at length over a couple of years now at the Albuquerque-Bernalillo County Intergovernmental Commission, and that is the issue of dispatch. And not just closest unit response. That's what we always hear whenever somebody starts talking about dispatch. They go, well, we're going to do closest unit response. Dispatch is equally important to that. And so I just want to emphasize, you know, my interest in seeing that we work out a dispatch system that doesn't spare 15 seconds of response time.
Mr. Chairman, Councilor Benton, when we last